Listen closely. The atmosphere around you has shifted. You have felt it. You have sensed a heaviness in the air, a tension in your spirit that you cannot easily explain. You have looked at your life recently and wondered why the pressure has increased, why the silence from the heavens seems louder than before, and why the path which was once clear now feels obscured by fog and shadow. I am speaking to you now because we have reached a critical threshold. This is not a message of condemnation, though my voice may sound stern. This is a message of urgent alignment. I am not angry at you as a human being. I am ferocious concerning your destiny. I am protective of your purpose. And there is a correction that must be made right here, right now, before you take another step forward. You have been carrying a weight that is not yours to carry. You have been trying to solve equations that were never meant for your mind to calculate. You have been walking under a cloud of exhaustion, thinking it is just the way life is. It is not. The exhaustion you feel is the friction between your will and my timing. It is the heat generated when you try to force a door that I am currently unlocking with a key you cannot see. I see you. I see the nights you sit awake staring at the ceiling, replaying the scenarios, calculating the risks, wondering if you missed a turn. I see the sincerity in your heart. You are not a rebel. You are not running away. You are trying so hard to get it right. You want to please me. You want to fulfill your duty. You have sacrificed. You have given when you had nothing left to give. You have stood tall when you wanted to collapse. But listen to me, your strength, your human endurance has reached its limit. And that is exactly where I needed you to be. If you are listening to this and you feel that heavy mantle on your shoulders, if you feel the weight of a calling that you cannot explain to your friends or family, I need you to make a mark right now. I need you to acknowledge the pressure so we can release it. Write the number 111 in the comments. Do it as a signal. Write 111 to say I am listening. I am here. I am ready to lay this burden down. This is your first step of surrender today. Do not skip this. Acknowledge that you are present in this holy moment of correction and love. You see, there is a mistake you are making. It is a subtle mistake. It is not a loud sin. It is not a public scandal. It is something quiet, something internal. You have begun to trust your own anxiety more than you trust my promise. You have allowed the what-ifs to scream louder than my I am. You have looked at the wind and the waves just like Peter did, and you have forgotten that you are walking on water. You have started to calculate your survival based on your resources, your bank account, your connections, and your energy levels. You have looked at the giants in the land and felt like a grasshopper, forgetting that I am the one who defeats giants. This is why I am stern with you today, because you are too close to the breakthrough to revert to fear. You are too valuable to be consumed by worry. My anger is not against you. It is against the fear that is trying to paralyze you. My anger is against the enemy that is lying to you, telling you that you are alone. You are not alone, but you are isolated. There is a difference. I have isolated you for a purpose. I pulled you away from the crowd because the crowd could not go where you are going. I silenced the voices around you so you could learn to distinguish my frequency from the noise of the world. But in that silence, you allowed a seed of doubt to grow. You started to think, maybe I have been abandoned. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I am not who I thought I was. That is the lie. That is the poison I am here to extract. You have weathered storms before. Look back at your timeline. Look at the battles you survived. You should have been destroyed 10 years ago. You should have been broken by that loss, that betrayal, that sickness. But you are still standing. Why? Because you are clever. Because I sustained you. You have walked through fire and you do not smell of smoke. You have walked through floods and you were not swept away. So why now, in this season, do you doubt? Why do you tremble before this new mountain? Is my arm too short to save? Is my ear too heavy to hear? No, I am the same. I was there in the beginning, and I will be there at the end. The Alpha and the Omega. I have not changed. The mistake you are making is that you are trying to be God in your own life. You are trying to control the outcome. You are gripping the steering wheel so tight your knuckles are white. You are exhausted because you are trying to drive the universe. You cannot drive the universe. You were only meant to drive your vessel, and even then, I am the wind in your sails. Let go. I mean it. The tension in your neck, the tightness in your chest. It is fear masquerading as responsibility. You think if you worry enough, you can prevent disaster. You think if you overthink every detail, you can secure your future. You cannot. Your worry adds not a single hour to your life. It only subtracts peace from your day. I need you to return to the posture of a child. A child does not worry about where the next meal comes from. A child does not stress about the mortgage or the enemies at the gate. The child trusts the father. Somewhere along the way, you grew up too much. You became cynical. You became realistic. You started trusting what you can see more than what I have spoken. This is the pivot point. Phase 1 of your life. The phase of striving, of proving, of panic is over. It must end today. If you carry this panic into the next season, it will crush you. The blessings I have prepared for you are heavy. They carry weight. Glory carries weight. If your foundation is cracked by fear, you cannot hold what I am about to pour out. You must understand the nature of the endurance I have called you to. Endurance is not just suffering. Anyone can suffer. Endurance is suffering without losing your nature. Endurance is remaining kind when the world is cruel. Endurance is remaining generous when you are being robbed. Endurance is staying soft when everything around you is hard. You have done this to a degree. You have kept your heart beating. But now I need you to keep your spirit soaring. Think of the history of those who walked before you. Think of the Israelites. I brought them out of Egypt with a mighty hand. I split the sea. I fed them with manna bread from another dimension every single morning. And yet, what did they do? They complained. They looked back at their chains with nostalgia. They feared the giants of Canaan more than they reverenced the God of the Exodus. And I was angry. Why? Because their fear was an insult to my love. Their doubt was an insult to my power. After all I had shown them, they still acted as if I were incompetent. Do not be like them. You have seen miracles in your life. You have seen moments where the math didn't add up, but the bills were paid. You have seen moments where the accident should have happened, but it didn't. You have felt the inexplicable peace in the hospital room. You have the evidence. Do not act like an atheist just because things are difficult. You are a believer. Act like one. Belief is not a feeling. It is a violent act of the will. It is standing in the middle of a hurricane and saying, "My God is king over the storm." I am calling you to a higher level of awareness. You need to understand why the attack has been so fierce. The enemy does not waste ammunition on empty targets. You are under fire because you are carrying a promise. You are being pressured because you are being turned into a diamond. The coal does not become a diamond by sitting in comfort. It becomes a diamond under crushing weight and intense heat. You are in the heat. You are under the weight. But you are not being destroyed. You are being restructured. Your molecular structure is changing. You are becoming harder, sharper, more brilliant, and more unbreakable. If I removed the pressure right now, you would remain coal. You would be useful for burning, perhaps, but you would not be enduring. I want you to be a jewel in my crown. I want you to be a weapon in my hand. And for that, you must endure the process. This is where the transformation happens. It happens in the mind first. You must stop interpreting your struggle as a sign of my absence. Struggle is not absence. Often it is the sign of intense presence. The sculptor is closest to the stone when he is chipping away the excess. I am chipping away your pride. I am chipping away your self-reliance. I am chipping away your need for approval from others. It hurts. I know it hurts. The chisel is sharp. But look at what is emerging. A version of you is rising that is not afraid of bad news. A version of you is rising that does not need the applause of the crowd to feel valuable. A version of you is rising that knows how to stand alone with me and feel like a majority. You are beginning to realize that the burden you felt was actually a calling. The sensitivity you have to the pain of the world, the heavy heart you carry that is not depression, that is intercession. You feel deeply because you are called to heal deeply. You see the darkness clearly because you are called to be a light. Stop cursing your gifts. Stop asking to be normal. You were never meant to be normal. You were meant to be mine. This path is narrow. It is lonely. I never promised it would be crowded. I said, wide is the gate that leads to destruction, and many go in thereat. But narrow is the gate, and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it. You are one of the few. Take a moment and breathe. Let that truth settle in your marrow. You are one of the few. You have been looking for validation from people who are walking the broad path. They cannot validate you. They do not understand your map. They look at your life and see struggle. I look at your life and see training. They look at your delays and see failure. I look at your delays and see protection. The delay was necessary. If I had given you what you wanted 3 years ago, it would have destroyed you. You were not ready. You did not have the character to sustain the blessing. You would have turned the blessing into an idol. I had to wait. I had to let you hunger. I had to let you thirst. Because only those who hunger and thirst for righteousness shall be filled. Now you are hungry for the right things. You are not just hungry for success, you are hungry for significance. You are not just hungry for money, you are hungry for peace. You are not just hungry for attention, you are hungry for truth. This brings us to the core of the issue, idolatry. You might say, Lord, I have no idols. I do not bow down to statues. But an idol is anything you trust more than me. An idol is anything you fear losing more than you fear losing my presence. For some, your idol is your reputation. You are terrified of looking foolish. You are terrified of failing in front of others. So you hold back. You play it safe. You bury the talent I gave you in the ground because you are afraid of the master. That fear is an idol. Tear it down. For others, your idol is a relationship. You are holding on to someone I told you to release. You are trying to fix a connection that I severed. You think you cannot live without them. That is a lie. I am the source of life. Anyone else is just a channel. If a channel dries up, do not worship the pipe. Look back to the reservoir. I have other channels. I have other ways to bless you. But as long as you cling to the broken pieces of the past, your hands are too full to receive the future. And for many of you, the idol is your own intellect. You worship your ability to figure things out. You make lists, plans, spreadsheets, and strategies, and you kneel at the altar of your own logic. Logic is a good servant, but a terrible master. Logic cannot walk on water. Logic cannot raise the dead. Logic cannot multiply the loaves and fish. I am calling you to a life of miracles, not a life of logic. I am angry at the logic that limits me. I am angry at the mindset that puts me in a box. I am the God of the galaxies. I breathe out stars. I hold the oceans in the hollow of my hand. Do you think your rent payment confuses me? Do you think your health diagnosis intimidates me? Do you think your family drama is too complex for me to unravel? Stop insulting me with your small thinking. Expand your capacity to believe. Stretch your faith. It is time to take the limits off. I want you to walk with a quiet confidence. This is the mark of the transformed phase. You don't need to shout. You don't need to panic. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere should change because you bring my presence with you. You are the carrier of the ark. Wherever you go, I go. When you speak, speak with authority, not with hesitation. When you pray, pray with expectation, not with desperation. Beggars beg, sons and daughters ask. You are a child of the Most High. Stop begging for scraps at the table where you have a seat reserved. This endurance you have shown, I want to honor it. You kept standing when you wanted to sleep. You kept loving when you wanted to hate. You kept giving when you were empty. You stood. You remained. You did not fold. You stood. You remained. You did not fold. You stood. You remained. You did not fold. That repetition is important. Let it sink in. You did not fold. That is your victory. The world celebrates the trophy. I celebrate the sweat. The world celebrates the arrival. I celebrate the journey. And your journey has been steep. But now the terrain is changing. You are moving from the incline to the plateau. You are moving from the battle to the occupation. I am about to transfer resources into your hands. Not just money, though, that is part of it. I am transferring influence. I am transferring wisdom. I am transferring connections. The people who ignored you will suddenly seek your counsel. The doors that were locked will swing open of their own accord. Why? Because you passed the test. You stayed faithful in the wilderness. Now you can be trusted in the promised land. But listen carefully. The promised land has its own dangers. Comfort can be more dangerous than conflict. In the conflict you prayed every day. In the comfort will you forget me. This is why I gave you this warning today. This is why I spoke about anger and mistakes. I am inoculating you against the amnesia of success. When the blessings come, and they are coming, do not forget the God of the wilderness. Do not forget the days when you had nothing but faith. Do not let your heart grow fat and proud. Stay humble. Stay hungry. Stay close to the ground. The higher a tree grows, the deeper its roots must be. If you grow high without growing deep, the first wind will topple you. I have spent years digging your roots deep into the dark earth of suffering. Now you are ready to grow high. Do not resent the digging. The digging was the preparation for the height. I am aligning your life with your destiny. Things that do not fit are falling away. People who do not fit are walking away. Habits that do not fit are dying away. Do not chase what is leaving. Let the dead leaves fall. It is autumn for your old life, but it is spring for your new spirit. You are entering a season of alignment. Everything is clicking into place. The confusion is lifting. You will wake up in the mornings with a clear directive. You will know what to do. You will know what to say. The fog is burning off. This is the reward of endurance. Clarity is the reward. Peace is the reward. You have fought the good fight. You have kept the faith. Now there is laid up for you a crown, but you do not have to wait until heaven to wear it. There is a mantle of authority for you here on earth. I need you to use it. I need you to be my hands and feet. I need you to speak truth to power. I need you to comfort the brokenhearted. I need you to liberate the captives. You cannot do that if you are a captive yourself. So today I declare your freedom. I declare freedom from fear. I declare freedom from anxiety. I declare freedom from the need to control. I declare freedom from the opinions of man. I declare freedom from the trauma of the past. The chains are falling. Can you hear them hitting the floor? The prison doors are open. Walk out. Do not stay in the cell just because you are used to the darkness. Walk out into the light. My anger lasts for a moment, but my favor lasts for a lifetime. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. It is morning, my child. Look at the horizon. The sun is rising over your life. The dark night of the soul is ending. You have learned the lessons of the dark. You have learned that I am with you even when you cannot feel me. You have learned that your faith is real. You have learned that you are stronger than you thought. Now take those lessons and build. Build your life. Build your family. Build your legacy. I am giving you the blueprint. It will come to you in whispers, in dreams, in sudden flashes of insight. Pay attention. Do not ignore the nudges. Do not ignore the coincidences. Those are my fingerprints. Trust the timing. If I make you wait, it is because I am preparing the table. If I make you move, it is because the enemy is setting a trap. Trust my movement. Trust my stillness. You are entering a phase of transfer. The burden you carried is being transferred to my shoulders. You are yoking yourself to me. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. If what you are carrying feels heavy and crushing, it is because you have taken off my yoke and put on the world's yoke. Exchange it today. Give me your heaviness, I will give you my peace. Give me your confusion, I will give you my guidance. Give me your weakness, I will give you my strength. It is a holy exchange. You are not the same person who started listening to this message. Something has shifted in your spirit. The chaotic noise has quieted down. A resolve has settled in your chest. You are ready. You are ready to stop fighting the old battles. You are ready to stop rehearsing the old hurts. You are ready to face the future with open hands, not clenched fists. I am proud of you. I know I started by saying I was angry at the mistake of mistrust, but hear me now, I am incredibly proud of your resilience. I see the gold in you. I see the king, the queen, the warrior, the sage in you. You are my masterpiece, and I am not finished with you yet. The best chapters are not behind you. They are being written right now. The ink is wet. The pen is in my hand, but I am letting you hold it with me. We are writing this story together. Do not edit out the struggle. The struggle makes the victory sweet. Do not hide your scars. The scars are proof of healing. Stand tall. Chin up. Eyes forward. The world is waiting for who you are becoming. The creation groans in expectation for the revealing of the sons and daughters of God. You are being revealed. The veil is lifting. Do not go back to sleep. Do not go back to the anesthesia of distraction. Stay awake. Stay alert. The king is in the room. You have permission to be powerful. You have permission to be happy. You have permission to succeed. You have permission to let go of the guilt. You are forgiven. You are washed. You are renewed. The mistake of mistrust is corrected. Now walk in confidence. Walk in the knowledge that you are backed by the armies of heaven. If God is for you, who can be against you? Nothing. No one. The silence is no longer empty. It is pregnant with promise. The pressure is no longer crushing. It is creating. You are the vessel. I am the filler. You are the arrow. I am the bow. You are the instrument. I am the music. Stay in alignment. Keep your heart pure. Keep your hands clean. And watch what I will do in the next season of your life. It will astound you. It will silence your critics. It will heal your family. I love you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with loving kindness. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. Now to seal this shift in your spirit, to confirm that you have moved from pressure to power, from doubt to destiny, I need you to make one final declaration. Write the words, "I am ready," in the comments. Do not just think it. Write it. I am ready. Let the universe see your signature. Let the enemy see your resolve. Let heaven record your agreement. I am ready. Ready for the blessing. Ready for the responsibility. Ready for the next level. Ready to trust. Ready to walk on water. You are my child, and I am your God. Go in peace. Go in power. Go in love. The wait is over. The new begins now.